Hi YouTube, it's Angela. Happy, boy, we're moving toward the end of the year quickly, aren't we? Um, we're here to read on the guidance that's current here for us in the universe as it comes through me. This may or may not resonate for you at this moment, but at times they might, as on your soul journey. And you could, watch this, get a couple hints, or bookmark it for later. If it does pertain to you, great. Here we go. We're going on this next journey. The first card I pulled here to start this reading is changes. Time, year end always brings changes, right? We're looking forward to the year to turn over. We like to make, big intentions to create change. But sometimes change comes, without our permission or without our asking for it, right? It just comes upon us. And so how do we move with changes when we didn't initiate them, right? But we can think about, the natural cycles of life. If you take a step back and, look at the bigger picture, look at how life just sort of naturally flows and the path unfolds for you. Change is part of that, and change is needed for your growth, for your soul's renewal, for a new sense of purpose. It's needed, and there are times when we know it's needed and we don't take steps to bring that change about, and so the universe steps in and helps us to make that shift. We're still, as I record this, we're still in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. So it's kind of a nice time to sit with and absorb in, ideas and thoughts and ways that you want to transform going forward. But, the general energy of changes, if we're thinking from a point of, I'm on this path, I'm on the road to where I want to be, but this happened, this came about in front of me, this obstacle came through, or this other idea or thought came in, or somebody's actions blocked our progress. We like to think, oh, that's horrible. We resist it, right? We resist that change. We don't want it. We don't want it to be present. But if you just make that small shift to say yes, to, be willing to step into the newness that's coming through this change, realizing that maybe in some way the current situation you're in is a little too small, and that growth and expansion and change is needed so that you begin to welcome in your future with some more trust and more courage. So it's really just flipping that internal script. I'm talking especially if these changes are things that plop themselves in front of your path that you didn't expect, right? Instead of, no, it's stalling my progress, you think, oh, here's a new way to make progress. Here's a new way. Here's something new. Or if something is a change that feels precaution, like a warning, like a bad omen or something, then that could be put into your experience just to ask you to pause and reflect, to reassess, to take some time, right, as you go forward. I pulled Zen tarot cards to go with each of these oracles, and for changes, I pulled clinging to the past. I mean, right? That's, kind of the nature that some of us, when we're resisting change, we want things to stay the same. It's basically what it's saying. We don't want to move forward. We're not ready for it. We didn't expect it, whatever. But that clinging that's impeding your progress even more probably than this unexpected change that comes. That clinging to what was, or the idea you had, and I don't want it to change or shift, creates stress. It creates energetic stress. It creates stress in your body, in your mind, right? And your entire spirit, your whole being becomes resistant. So just flipping that a little bit and allowing yourself to turn it into a choice. that you're making. Empower yourself, right? This thing was put in my path. Oh, really? Okay. Now I'm going to choose to wait. Now I'm going to choose to reassess or I'm going to choose to go in another route, right? There's always an opportunity for you to, grow your soul, transform the way you have normally approached change, like with resistance or ignoring it or acting like it didn't happen, and really embrace it and, step into that newness that's on your doorstep there. The next oracle I pulled is a card called Mind. And the back of this card says, you are the master of your inner world, and you decide how the outer world affects you. So it says cultivate, a calm inner state. This is that idea that I was saying, that make it a choice. When the change comes around, retreat within you, and make that a decision. Okay, I'm going to go with this change, or I'm going to wait until this plays out, or I get more information. But utilizing your mind for the positive, for what's aligned with you, as opposed to the resistance. I didn't want this change. I didn't need it. Those kinds of, that kind of, dialogue that you have within you doesn't help your progress, right? But you can make decisions that are aligned with whatever shifts are in your experience. And I got turning in. This goes right along with Mind. This is a way to pull in, reflect, not only the thoughts, but the feelings. This is a water card. You see the water, that her body becomes the water. These are her emotions, the lower chakras. These are the emotions that she's experiencing, the feelings, and she's at one with them. You see how calm she is when above her mind, there's all these haunting figures, all these what ifs. Oh my gosh, kind of a cloudier experience. But if she pulls in and really taps down into her entire being, then the mind and the emotions and the feelings are working together, right? Whether or not you have those menacing figures in your mind space, you can go deeper than that and find a way to release them. Which brings me to my next card, another card of emotion. This is another water card, the blue symbol. And this is like the cups in traditional tarot. And letting go of the blocking thoughts, of the resistance to your changes, of the fears. What if I what if I do go in this direction, then what, right? It's just sort of paring it down to this moment and this specific experience you're having, and then let all the extraneous stuff go. Let it fall naturally. This is that water drop that's falling off of the leaf and dropping right into not letting it go by pushing it away, right? Letting it go by letting it fall away. It doesn't need to serve you anymore. Any resistance in your mind or in your feelings don't need to resist you, don't need to be in your experience anymore, as long as you remain aligned, right, within your own being. And then the next oracle I pulled is Rhythm. I love this one. This one says, tune in to the natural rhythm of life. And changes are a part of that. Changes are inevitable. We have to have change in order to grow and progress and evolve. And if you can really get into that flow of what life is providing for you, which includes changes, and embrace them, right? Like we said, say yes more and let that flow. You'll be amazed at how, I don't know, just how much more purposeful you feel, because you're moving not only from your own alignment, which we've already established, right, in the previous cards, but also with what's present from the universe, the little signs, the little signals, the inclinations that you get, your intuition, moving with that. And if the rhythm of life says stop, there's a change coming, be with that, right? Have patience with it and let it play out on its own. And the Zen cards that I pulled with this rhythm card, moving with the rhythm, moving with the flow of life, I got receptivity. This is another emotion card, but this is staying open, staying receptive and willing to take on what's coming next, take on what the universe is bringing through. This is energy that's coming through and from the crown chakra, and then it's emanating out in all these different directions, because you're staying open to what's coming through. And then in this particular setting, I feel that you're hanging on to those things that resonate with your inner being, and then letting the other stuff fly away. It's, you don't have to take on every idea and everything that comes through, but find the ones that click for you. Pay attention to those, and let them integrate into your own being, into your progress, into the change that you're making. The other card I pulled is existence. I love this. This is a reminder that you are, a child of the universe. You are part of the ongoing collective. We all are, right? Children of the universe. We all are beings, star seed, however you want to word this. We all are sort of brought here, our souls, with the same opportunity, the same chances to evolve and continue to grow and connect with one another. And it also is kind of a reminder that just kind of says home, your home is wherever you are, right? So being a product or a part of this bigger picture, the collective, reminds you that you have the sources, you have the connections, and you can move about this life knowing, with your inner alignment, that you belong exactly where you are in these endeavors that you're doing, in these changes that you're trying to incorporate into your life. It all is almost like a energetic perfection, right? Every moment. And if you can, release a lot of those mental blocks that come up, and also emotional fears or worry or anxiety of what's to come, and just be in this moment, you move more naturally toward those things that you want, and reminding you that in every moment you are home. And then the final set of cards, I got renewal. So this is wonderful. It goes from change to renewal, right? With the other cards in between, but this is your endpoint. You get this sense of refreshing. But this is reminding you too that energetically, and all of us, each of us, has like almost an endless well of the ability to replenish, the ability to renew, and the ability to shift direction and take on a new attitude or take on a new goal or intention. We always have that chance. Even if changes seem like they're going to block us, you can always work with it and through it, and end up with a fresh sense of being. And I love that. I love how that comes through at the end with all this light. Look at that beautiful light of source it looks kind of like like water is going down here and then creating that source of light. The water, I would say, represents emotions, unless it's not water, but for this reading, it looks like water to me. So the way we feel and the way we approach things with our feelings can actually help us create, a new outlook, a new way, as long as we are, tuning in and staying aligned with our inner being. And then with the renewal card, I got Thunderbolt. This is that shedding of the things that aren't serving, the things that you don't want to carry forward, right? We hit that change spot. Now we get to sort of pull in and assess and find the flow, and then really just let go of those things that are extra weight energetically, right? I'm saying it could also mean things in your physical world, like connections or the level of connection that you're trying to maintain with another, or, something tangible like your home, letting that go. If it's something that you want to do is to move, if that's part of your renewal process, then, shedding the things that you don't want to carry sort of in your suitcase going forward, that might weigh you down. Sometimes the universe creates this energy as well. Sometimes the universe takes things away and we experience loss. For this reading, I'm really feeling this is your own empowered decision to let go of whatever's not working, whatever is creating, a stuck feeling, especially among, when the change energy is around. And then our final card, the way we top this whole thing off underneath renewal, is the Rebel. This is you. This is you freed of, those little chains that are tying his feet, freed of those restraints. I embrace the change and I move forward with a greater sense of who I am and a stronger purpose toward those things I want to do. He's, got that torch. He's lighting his own way. He's doing it on his own. And this is you, right? As you moved through the change, came to a sense of renewal and a newfound sense of freedom to be sort of unapologetically you as you move forward. Oh, I just love this reading. It came out great. I'm going to pull a couple extra cards just to top this off, to give us an extra little message. This is coming from the Sacred Creators Oracle, and I love this deck. There's some very, simple and powerful messages here. All right, so I got shift the way to new potential. That's it. This is what we're doing. We're not making big sweeping changes, right? Especially with that change card. Changes are shifts. They're shifts into newness. And I got that shift the way to new potential and your sense of renewal, right? That's our key, is that we break it down into smaller little increments instead of thinking I have to change everything, right? This happened and now it's making me think I have to change it all. Well, one thing at a time, right? What will I do first, right? What shift can I make first as I'm on my way to the greater change? So I love that. This is a great way to step into, the new year energy that we're coming upon soon. And, instead of being harsh with yourself, I know we all like to make resolutions or intentions for the year. Make them small. They'll lead to something big, but make them small, make them shifts. Instead, it's easier to manage and it's more fulfilling because you get to string them together, right? I'm making this shift and then I'll do this shift, right? You could even set an intention each month to make a shift, right? And if you look on my channel, we have the Soul Challenge, the monthly Soul Challenge readings. I didn't record one for December, but starting in January, we'll continue to do those monthly as well. And there are little ways to make these little shifts, right? Focus on one little aspect of your being and your soul, or the way you show up in the world. And those challenges are a great way to create these smaller shifts that lead into bigger change. Beautiful. I love it so much. I just have enjoyed being here with you guys. We'll see you more in 2024. And until then, I love you guys. Have a wonderful holiday season, whatever you celebrate, whoever you're with, and take care.